Three, two, one. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel with me, the Eagle Reviewer slash Reactor. Welcome back, everyone. Because in this video, we're going to be checking out the Supergirl official trailer. Now, before I react to it, just want to give a quick couple of updates, and then I'll do the regular trailer reaction and just letting y'all know what's going on. So, I just came off of watching, I think episode 5 of season 4 of Invincible. That's just the content I've been consuming lately. I'm pretty sure I think that came out before the Supergirl trailer, but that's just what I was doing. I wasn't really, scouring the internet for new trailers just yet, but I was aware of what was dropping. And so the trailer reaction will be there on April 2nd on the channel, so you will have that as well. And then the other thing that I'm doing is watching Invincible, right? And again, I just watched episode 5. If you'd like me to discuss any episodes of the show, I would love to, because man, that last episode was definitely something. I'm not really the spoiler type of guy. Again, I always leave note to it. So, if you guys need more time and would like to see me do a reaction to it, just let me know. I don't know how much people have seen yet, but I would like to discuss it if that is something you guys are interested in. Because I've been thinking about it. The only way I can really grow this channel, and I'm happy that people are subscribing, but I also want us to, keep me in check and, let me know what I should be doing better, and I will definitely try to uphold those standards. Because right now, my schedule just allows me to react to stuff when it comes out and share my honest opinions about it, what I think personally, and you guys can come in and do things. I don't judge things too harshly. That's just not who I am. I like to give everything a fair shot. And, with the Supergirl trailer and James Gunn's DC universe that he's building up here, I know some people have certain opinions about it, with the direction they're taking it. I believe he's not directing this film, though. I don't know if he's working on Lanterns. I think, is Creature Commandos getting another season? I think it might be. So I do think he may be working on that. Yeah, I remember when the first season of Creature Commandos came out, and I did react to it on the channel as well. So I believe, I don't remember what exactly to react to it. It's been a bit, but there's definitely stuff about her on this channel. That's kind of when I was getting more into high gear with this stuff. And of course, I reacted to Superman and all that stuff. You can find that as well on the channel. So yeah, all that stuff has been there. And again, with summer arriving, I told you this is when things are in motion. I'm watching more movies. I'm going to be reacting to more stuff. I will probably check out the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I don't have a confirmed date yet when I'm going to go, but I will watch it. And once I do, I'll probably post a review for it on the channel. I don't think I reacted to the first film, but I will sort of compare the two. I might rewatch the first one even before I go to see the second one, just to refresh my memory. But yeah, that is currently where I'm at so far, and just what I've been watching and what I've been trying to catch up on recently. If you guys want to discuss anything of that sort or anything else, the comments are the best place to do so. Anyway, so with the Supergirl official trailer, I don't know really anything about it. Let me just do some quick research really quickly. So the film is coming out, when was it released? June 26th, right? So it's not coming out in July. Okay, that makes sense. Because I know that two big Marvel and DC films in the summer, DC has Supergirl coming out, and of course Marvel has Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out. So I don't know if those are going to be two competing films. I think last year kind of was Superman versus Fantastic Four and that whole sort of thing. I did end up rating Fantastic Four higher, but I think that's just because my expectations were lower, and I expected a little bit more from Superman. But I think both, when it comes down to everything, I can't really compare the two just because they're two different films. I would honestly like to watch both of them if I could on the same day, but I enjoyed both films, and I'm glad I saw both in theaters. And of course we have Millie Alcock as Kar-Zor-El and Jason Momoa as Lobo. I don't know how Momoa was allowed to stay in this universe, but even after the whole reboot scenario and the hierarchy of the DC universe changed by having James Gunn in charge. But hey, we did get here in the end. And there's another actor named David Krumholtz. I don't know if I butchered his last name there, but it just says his name is Zor-El. I don't know what that means in particular because Zor-El is like the last name, right, of these Kryptonians. Is that what they're called? I'm not sure, but that's my assumption, anyways. And of course, Krypton got destroyed, and some of the people had to escape, I guess. And I'm assuming this movie is going to get more into the origin story of Kal-El because Superman's is more familiar. He was a baby, then he crash landed to Earth, grew up as Clark Kent, and he fully took on the role as Superman, right? And so, it was fine. We kind of brushed through his origin story with just words and text, but we got the gist of it. We've seen many iterations of Superman, so we were ready to get into the action of that one. As far as my Supergirl knowledge goes, I have seen almost all of the entire Arrowverse. I've seen the entire Arrowverse, actually. I don't know why but I haven't fully watched all the CW hero shows. Like I watched Green Arrow, I watched Flash, I watched Legends of Tomorrow, I watched Black Lightning. The only show I didn't finish was Batwoman, I think. I didn't watch season 3. I only watched the first 2 seasons. I kind of gave up by season 3. But yeah, that's basically everything I finished. And I think I watched season 1 of Stargirl. I didn't watch anything after that one. And I think I only watched the first episode of Superman and Lois. So yeah, that was kind of where I was like, all right, let's just wrap a bow here. Because I think I remember what Batwoman season 3 was. It dropped episodes, I think on HBO Max maybe. I was like, oh, you know what, screw it. I'm getting bored of this. Let me just watch The Flash and be done. So I was just waiting for Flash to drop new episodes by the time season 9 was about to come out. But anyways, that's all said and done. So my point being is I only know the Supergirl from the Arrowverse. I watched every single episode because at least the quality wasn't horribly bad. By the end of it, that's just my standard. Don't go too far down that rabbit hole, and I'll keep watching it. And I guess the notes were that her iteration was kind of trying to do Superman. I don't know if they could do Superman earlier. I know they did Smallville, and I don't know what the whole Superman rights is, like how CW was able to in the first place, because they could never do Batman. So they did Green Arrow, which was a great show. But with Superman, I'm not sure if they're like, we're going to do Supergirl first. But most of the people were saying they kind of made her like act too much like Superman. And she kind of like took some of his characters from the comics into her world and kind of mixed up some of the stuff together. For example, like I think I know Brainiac there. They did introduce Brainiac later on in the show, but he was more of a supportive character. There was some time actually, I think, where he was working with Lex, but I think he decided to switch sides later on. Whereas I think in Man of Tomorrow, is that what the second Superman movie is being called? The sequel to it in 2027, I'm not sure, but I think in that one, it's kind of where Superman, I think, and Lex might be teaming up to defeat Brainiac. So I'm not sure what any of that would be like, but that's just the extent of my knowledge over there. And yeah, so in this one, Supergirl is like, I guess, more true to her comic book self, where she's really nothing like Clark Kent, like in the poster. Like Clark's for Superman said, like look up, and is like this symbol for representing hope, inspiring hope amongst others. Whereas Kara is much more of a mess. She like drinks a lot, she parties a lot. Her dog is very like you are who you're surrounded by kind of thing. So Crypto himself is just that kind of dog, I guess. But it's interesting. It's interesting to see, I guess, what her backstory is going to be in this film, and just to learn more about, I guess, what she really is like, and I guess what her villains are that are kind of unique from Superman villains. Of course, they're cousins and all of that, but I'm interested to see what that would entail. And I know that I think David Cornswat is going to be Superman in this film, but I don't know how long. Like, it's just going to be a quick little cameo. I don't think he's going to have a major part in it because I don't want that to take away from her origin superhero film, but he's probably going to be in it for a couple of minutes. Yeah, because Crypto is not his dog. I guess it's Kara's dog. It's Supergirl's dog, so yeah, he was just dog sitting for her, I guess. I don't know what you'd call it. Anyways, I've yapped enough. Let's check out the trailer and see what's going on here exactly. Alright, got the trailer pulled up. And I'm gonna go over here. Alrighty, let's make sure I don't cover anything up. Alright, it's super small, but that's fine. And there we go. Just make sure sound is good. Yep. Alright, 3, 2, 1, let's begin.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people. Home is wherever you are, buddy.
Okay.
Crypto and I at least had each other. Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But luck, almost by definition, runs out.
What's going on? Who is that?
What can I do?
The Brigands carry the antidote on that person. He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
Oh.
It's a crime of the Yellow Hills. He murdered my innocent family.
Just do what I say. And
Okay.
don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
Okay.
Stop. You're hurting my head.
Is that his introduction? What?
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
Your eyes are beautiful when you cry. Lot of pain. Lot of suffering.
Is Momoa not the main villain? Why are we seeing a lot of that guy?
Without you, buddy.
What happened to Lobo? Oh. Huh.
Don't you think this from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
What the- Alright. That was interesting. I wonder what the comments are. I'm gonna read those in a bit, but well, that was the trailer. Honestly, I don't know if I can really say much about it other than the fact that here you saw my reaction. I was like, wait, what is going on? I thought Lobo was gonna be the main villain, but then there's this other guy, you know, roaming around. If I look at the cast, there is okay. So the primary antagonist in Supergirl 2026 Woman of Tomorrow film is played by, I'm gonna butcher his name, Matthias And he is a brutal space pirate and leader of the Brigands? I don't know. He murders the father of the protagonist, Ruthie Marie Knoll, initiating a revenge-driven plot in this DC Studios adaptation. He's a cruel, cunning villain, often characterized as a fearful oddball or darkest DC-type character, making a departure from the typical costume DC villains. So he's darker, I guess. Yeah, I mean, the trailer tried its best to make him seem darker, I guess. First appeared in the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, issue number 1, or no? I don't know when this was the first issue, but it says number 1, as a central foe, and I don't know when this comic came out, I guess. In the film, he is tasked with leading a group of space pirates and human traffickers. Alright, sure, why not? So, I guess Lobo isn't in the film as much. I don't know if they're saving him for something else, but maybe she's gonna go up against him more so. So I guess now it makes sense. Because, like, with Superman, it was obvious that, of course, it was Lex, and there was the guy who was also Superman, I guess the evil version of him, I guess, who was inside of that suit, who I guess was the main fighter guy out there. Of course, Lex was pulling the strings in the back, but yeah, Creme of the Yellow Hills, and some people are questioning if he got a redesign, but he should be very ruthless, and he's a genocidal space pirate and assassin. So hopefully we get to see him like kill some people, like not just tell but also show it. For example, that was one of the things I wasn't happy with from War of the God Butcher. But yeah, it seems like Lobo is also going to be there. I wonder if he has any connection to Lobo. So I'm going to figure this out. So, Creme of the Yellow Hills is the main villain, and he's a ruthless space pirate. And Lobo appears as a cigar-smoking anti-hero bounty hunter. Lobo is a new addition to the story, not in the original comic, while its specific connection to Creme is still unclear. So, yeah, that is interesting. I'm not entirely sure if they have some sort of connection or not, or because Lobo just seems like he just shows up to the bar and he's like, "Yo, I'm just gonna do some stuff here. I'm gonna." What was he again? He was an anti-hero bounty hunter, so he's trying to collect some bounty, I guess. Like, is he also gonna go up against the space pirate? Like, are they just doing their own thing, or are they gonna work together to defeat her? I'm not entirely sure there. And obviously, this film doesn't seem like it's trying to inspire as much hope as Superman did. It's trying to, show a completely different character, Supergirl herself. And, I'm assuming, like, her power set honestly similar to Clark Kent Superman, right? Kala, like, it makes sense that her powers, I guess, would be similar in the sense that they both came from the same home planet originally. It's just that Clark grew up on Earth, whereas Kara, I guess, I don't know too much to be honest. Like, did she stay in space, go to other planets? Like, I think she was like on vacation. Like, was she partying on some other like space planet that's known for throwing some really cool parties? I'm not entirely sure, but I don't know what's gonna drive her into like becoming I guess a protector in her own way. I don't know, but I think it's like she just doesn't maybe have a cause yet of what she needs to fight for. Like for Superman, he's trying to protect the people of Earth. That's pretty clear. I don't really know what drives Supergirl to be motivated and what her care is for yet, because again, I don't know anything about this character, so I would like to be educated on that aspect for sure. But other than that, yeah, the trailer seemed cool. My thoughts are similar. Lopo's not going to be in the film as much. I guess he's not the main villain. And it's a lot of like, are you going to like this version of Supergirl that, who was the director again? I think it's Craig Gillespie. I think that's how you say his name. I'm not entirely sure. He's done a couple of other films that I may have seen of his. Go through the list, but he hasn't done too many films himself. So I think that's interesting. Um, he might be like a newer director, I guess, because I see the list of most of the films he's done are more recent. He does have some older films as well, but not as many. And he's an Australian film director, which is cool. I don't know a lot of Australian film directors, so he's definitely, I guess, making some strides there. But other than that, I don't really know who too many of these characters are. For me, when I see Jason Momoa, it seems like he's having a lot of fun playing certain characters. I think especially villains. It's kind of reminding of the last Fast and Furious movie, Fast X. Also, by the way, I'm so happy that hopefully the movie is coming out in 2020 now, because that second part has been in production held forever, I guess. So that's what I'm calling it now. And I'm glad that hopefully things are moving forward now. But in Fast X, which again, first video on the channel was a trailer reaction to it actually. And we saw Jason Momoa in that, of course. And when I watched the film, I felt like he was one of the better characters in that film just because of how much fun he had playing the villain. I think Momoa likes to play villains. Lobo kind of feels similar-ish. Like he's here to cause chaos and have fun. Like he's a bounty hunter. I don't think he really plays by any certain rule. He's not like trying to help anyone per se. Like maybe he doesn't have a certain motive or agenda. I just don't know like how much a backstory the character has, and like yeah, if they're gonna show him as the more darker guy compared to Krem, or is Krem gonna be the more like evil guy? Like I'm just not entirely sure, I should say, if they're gonna try to show who's the more main bad villain, and if we're gonna defeat one of them but save another one for later, or we're gonna try to tackle both. Just not too sure. Because I had a feeling I think that Lobo wouldn't be in the film too much, because I know that they've already done some early screenings for the film, and I think that was one of the things that I was hearing about it. But other than that, I am excited. I still want to check it out. I think it's interesting. I think after this trailer came out that some people, I guess, got some more sense of clarity as to what this project would be about and whether or not they wanted to check it out. But I do want to see what exactly they want to do with these characters and learn a bit more about their origin stories and their backstories. Because, I mean, I don't really see any huge negatives coming out from the film. I will say I don't think anything really surprised me too much. Like, there wasn't as much wow factor or excitement I had in this. But the music, the score, I think all the actors did a pretty good job. And I think the visuals looked good. I think they gave enough time for like the CGI and all of that to really settle in, the VFX, you know. And I don't have any complaints there. I think would be interesting because like the stakes don't seem too high in this film for me personally. Whereas like I think the Superman trailer, the stakes for me at least seemed higher. But I had a feeling, you know, things are going to be fine. We need these characters to survive so they can star in multiple films and other various projects. The first comment was Jason Momoa is finally playing the DC character that he's always wanted to play. I've heard of this. I know that he's wanted to play Lobo for a while. Of course, he did play Aquaman in the DCEU, Zack Snyder's world. And yeah, that's gone. So he's doing this, and I think that's great. It looks like he's really having a lot of fun playing this character. So I am happy for him with that, definitely. Crypto gets hurt. Supergirl goes full John Wick. That's the next comment. Yup. Like she really cares for Crypto. I think she said like he only has like 3 days to live? Something like that. Like it's not too long anymore, I guess. I mean, already dogs don't live too long. And I don't know how long Kryptonians, I don't know what they're called, can live. So, yeah. It is true though. I guess she's gonna try to save him in some way, but I'm not entirely sure how that's gonna work out. Jason Momoa is somehow always in the company of Targaryen princesses. That's funny, yeah. This was the best approach for Supergirl. She truly observed Krypton's destruction. She can't be completely stable, and I do think that's true because I think she was like She may have been a teenager, I think, when Krypton got destroyed. I don't think she was a full adult yet. She was either like a preteen or a kid or a teenager. I think it just depends how old they want to make her, but she was there. She was like aware of what's going on, how life worked, and she like observed it more so and really knew about what happened. Whereas I don't think Clark really got to experience that. I think as soon as Krypton was getting destroyed, he was immediately being sent out into space and eventually appeared on Earth. It wasn't just any dog, it was Kara Zor-El's dog. Yeah, you don't want to go after the dog. What's the next comment? Superman positivity, Supergirl PTSD. Yep. I think that's one of the best comments I've seen to differentiate the two. Where again, I said Superman was a more hopeful type of film. You know, definitely spreading a lot of positive vibes. Whereas Supergirl, she is, I guess, a bit more complicated in the sense that she has like more mixed feelings. Like, I don't know if she kills people per se, but I don't know if she would like be fine doing more damage or not necessarily playing by a certain rule book, if you will, kind of trying to take matters into her own hands, like regardless of whatever the law might be. This was the way to go with Supergirl. She actually watched Krypton fall. She cannot possibly be well adjusted. Yeah, that is true. And I don't know, if, like I said earlier, like, does she have some sort of goal in life or has she just been partying it out for the last couple of years? And I don't know how she got Crypto in the first place. Like, was Crypto originally from Krypton? And then, like, they came together because it seemed like Crypto could handle himself pretty well in the Superman movie. So that is what it felt like. Superman hope, Supergirl dope. All right. As someone who worked on the VFX in this movie, super excited for y'all to see it. People are saying he commented on the Masters of the Universe trailer as well, so they're questioning the validity of that statement. Hey, I mean, if you are, that's cool, but I'm not sure. But also, it does say that the trailer is number 4 on movies trending chart, which is great to hear. Great to hear for sure. Again, I do know people are excited for this film. I do think Brand New Day, though, will outgross this film. I think it just has to. Spider-Man is not only the most popular comic book character, Marvel's most lucrative IP, but his last couple of films have made banger money, a lot of money. Last one I think did make $1 billion at the box office, right? And that too for a film that released just a little bit after COVID. And I think the newest trailer for or No Way Home, I should say, right? No Way Home did really well. I don't know why I can't say No Way Home anymore. Did really well, right? That one grossed like $1 billion at the box office. Being a post-COVID release and all is just, you know, even more awesome for that film. And with the Brand New Day trailer coming out, I think that one like shattered definitely some records. I think at least in the Guinness Book of World Records for like being one of the most watched trailer in like some short amount of time span, I guess, which is great news. And I think it just goes to show how people love Spider-Man. They love the character. It means a lot to them because it's, I guess, more relatable in a way, and he's definitely much more iconic character. So I'm pretty sure more people are going to choose to see Brand New Day. I think with Supergirl, it just depends on, do you like this type of flavor? I think the film is going to basically be like, here's the trailer, the film is that, but stretched into the runtime of the film, where I think it's showing you more accurate representation of how long certain characters are going to be in the film. And I do think that's an interesting choice. Again, I have no idea how the film is going to open up. Like, are we going to show the destruction of Krypton? Are we going to start right where Superman ended off things? So, I'm not too sure. I mean, obviously we'll get some more backstory of Kara Zor-El, but other than that, I don't know like how much stuff in current years are they going to decide to show. And I'm trying to see if there was anything I missed, but I don't think I did. But I think it's going to be cool to see, you know, her go like full beast mode maybe with her powers and all of that. But I think it's just because I think Clark actually tried to, I guess, become a protector, become a fighter, that he spent more time, I guess, trying to figure out how to use his powers for good in that aspect. Right? Is I don't think Supergirl really does as much of that yet. I'm excited to see what her origin film will contain, I guess, and how they're going to try to portray her and show how her character stands out. I think the trailer already did a decent enough job of that, but trying to go much more into the character herself. And what's Supergirl like? You know, what has she been doing? What has she been up to? And, you know, she could be pretty helpful if she appears in the next Superman movie, if she, you know, really learns how to use her powers to the best of her abilities and defeat some bad guys. I don't know, y'all. I'm still coming off of that last episode of Invincible, wanting some really cool fight scenes. And I'm assuming this film will deliver some, but again, I don't know what the quality is going to be like. I'm assuming the visuals, the sound, and the music are all going to be there, but other than that, I can't really judge anything yet. Just, you know, trying to figure out the pieces of the story is the most I can do. But anyway, that's about it, you guys. That's all I'm going to say about the Supergirl official trailer. Make sure you guys check it out as well, as many times as you need to, of course, because that's what we like doing. We like watching stuff and like to discuss it. But I'm going to end the video right around here, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Made it till the end of the video, so congrats. And yeah, that's about it, you guys. Eagle Reverse Reactor is out. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.